so everybody understands, we have agreed that I may call you by your proper name, King.
Tom, I love that. That's great.
Okay,
thanks.
King. Prince, King. RJ.
The Prince. I get a lot of people calling me the Prince, especially in Hollywood, because I did a picture years ago called Prince Valiant. And it was not a very good movie, and I've taken a lot of bad raps on that picture. So like people always say, "Hi, how are you, Prince?"
Wagner's Hollywood career began in film 35 years ago, and he carries with him some special memories of those times.
Give me a recollection of Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy is an important figure in your world, I would think.
Well, I've said this, often, but Spencer Tracy was a wonderful human being. A wonderful man, person. Forgetting about that's that side of it. The professional side of it, he was one of the all-time great actors in our work. I mean, he was really unique. Nobody's ever done an impersonation of him that I know of. He was on the screen for, what, 30, 40 years? Dynamic personality.
Important man in your life, a
Very
father
important,
figure character?
Very important, yeah, by all means, because he stopped and, cared about me. He said, you have the ability to be, you can do it. You have the quality. I believe in you. He stopped, put his hand on me. He said, you can do it. You're good. And before that, I was, sort of thinking, well, the picture business is great. I didn't know whether it was going to be I wasn't really asked to do serious, in-depth work. I was doing stuff that was, that I could do at that time. I wanted to do more, but it wasn't coming my way. So he was really so influential, and he introduced me to so many things. He took me to Europe, and I traveled with him. I did a picture called The Mountain, and with him. I worked twice with him, and he was a dear. He was a wonderful man.
You mentioned
wonderful man.
You mentioned something. Your reputation, which strikes in my mind, your reputation in this town, as I hear it, is one of the most decent people that's ever been here. That's what we hear about Robert Wagner. What for you is a good friend? What makes a good friend for you, RJ? What's the quality of a good friend, of a decent person? And why is it important for you?
Well, I think, Tom, it's that you have to have flexibility with any kind of relationship you have, because you can turn it off real quickly. A friend, someone you may think is a friend, can do something, and all of a sudden you say, "Oh, he's not my friend anymore." But if you think about it for a while and adjust to it, you find out that really that hasn't, whatever they've done or whatever they've said or whatever occurs in the relationship is not really that drastic. The degree of what has happened is not really that broad. I think for me, a friend is someone who's been very, very honest with me, very open with me, and very direct. And that's kind of difficult to have happen in life without being a celebrity. But when you're a celebrity and you take on a light that's on you, it's difficult for people to approach you. They feel like they have to approach you in some kind of a different way. They really change in their approach,
And it's you just wanting to be who you are.
Yeah, I think that's hard to realize that. I've been very fortunate. I've had a lot of wonderful people around me, and very good friends, and people that have been so terribly supportive to me. But I'm very fortunate about that.
Future.
Let me skip to what your wishes for your children are now. What do you want for these girls?
Oh, my wishes for my children. I hope that they will have enough self-esteem about themselves that they'll be able to take on the life that's going to come to them. And I don't know what that's going to be, and you don't. But if they have enough, and nobody does, they don't. But if they have enough courage and enough strength and enough will and enough self-esteem about themselves, I think they'll be able to go through this life with a light, with a positive sense, and have a passion about something and care for something. It's a lot of things to ask for someone, but I think that can be attained. I mean, you would know much more about this than I would, but communication is so important. I hope that I have with my family continuing ability to communicate with them and have those roads open so that we can discuss and talk about and feel and care for everything that is important to us in our life.